All right. So we already offered the prayer, sharing spiritual thought, and we're going to go ahead with the discussion for tonight, which starts with paragraph number 3, which says, with regard to the key elements of the business model, what should Cloudflare start doing with respect to CBP, GTM, TOM, and CFF? So the first thing that we need to come out with is to know the abbreviations of those letters. For CBP is customer, value proposition. For GTM, if I'm not mistaken, is like global trade management. For Tom, it would be like time on the market or technical operations manager or management. And for CFF, hold on a second, I have it here. For CFF, we have um, certified financial forensics or something, or cash flow from financing. That's the best one, cash flow from financing.
Cash flow financial.
Yeah. So that's what we have to analyze and our session. And we have to, for each one of those, we have to describe the key elements. We have to discuss if we should keep or start doing it, or we have to, and also we have to discuss organizational implications. Start with customer value proposition, which is just to describe the key elements and if they should keep or start doing something, or what are the implications there. Uh, for customer value proposition, I have some really good strong points that these guys have. You know, did is what they request for information from a website, and without Cloudflare's, the visitor request for information from a website was sent to the site's web server, but with their service, the request was sent instead through a global network. Address was checked against a constantly updated list of malicious addresses. Determined whether suspicious patterns aiding the visitor to the list. Customers specified their desire of level of security. An average of website loaded twice as fast as it did before. Cloudflare did not ask customers to specify file which content they wanted to be cached. And their fees started to be $20 per month. Flare offered service to everyone without judgment. Cloudflare had few competitors offering similar services to its target customers. So from the CVP, I would say that those are the key elements, and I think that they should keep on doing that, because they were taking the advantage of these services that competitors were not giving to the customers. So that's why they were really strong with it. And for organizational implications, something I would say is that they all were I mean they knew what they have to do in order to provide this service to the websites, this security to the websites, and also how to attract more traffic. So to me, it's like they should keep on doing what they are doing. That's my point of view of CVP.
Sure. Also important for Cloudflare was the they have not a lot of competition because they want to focus in target market. Um, they are in like Google that its product was very well for this customer. Um, but a disadvantage. Uh, well, Cloudflare has a highly efficient infrastructure and for, and they have a good financial resource. I thought it was um, a small company, I think, but they have good customer. Its service was excellent. Also, they need to create a sense of community among its customers and provide assurance that someone was available to help them to manage their sites. I think, in contrast to Google, Google offered this type of service, but Cloudflare doesn't. This was important for Cloudflare to offer this type of service too.
All right, sounds good. Sounds pretty good to me. For global trade management, so now we are talking about, they getting global. I mean, serving not only local people, but websites who are dealing with, customers all over the world, etc. And to be honest, I didn't get too much into it. Mentioned before, I'm still working on this case. I'm not finished yet, and honestly, I don't have too much to say about this because, yeah, I've not finished it. I'm still on some of the uh, main points. I mean, before doing this, but if you want to share something about that, would be great because I don't have something specific now.
Yes. Uh, in this part of GTN Global Try Market, uh, the company was an interesting culture because they decided from the outset and they wanted a non-hierarchical culture. Uh, they prefer inflated titles and rigid reporting structure, and this was important in the market that they were competing because uh, customers prefer this type of product. And about the organizational structure, uh, in this case, Prince and Sadly was always sharing decision, and their responsibility was distributed around all the employees. In this case, 35 full employees and 26 full-time employees. And about this, 26 were engineers. So this manifests the importance of technical operation of the business in the global trade market. So they were oriented, they were focused in technical support for customers. And with this programmer, they were able to work with variety of language on front and back end system. Uh, with this part, they were able to expand the business. Um, as I mentioned, they have a technical support team. Um, Generally, they respond to customer, and this is very important, especially when you are working with software, you are working with technology. When you have a good technical team, a customer feel that they are respaldado in inglés. How do you
Supported?
say? respaldado,
Supported,
supported. Okay, they were
capped.
supported, and the business for this reason was expanded. They worked 24-hour coverage every day, and it was very important because sadly, that was the manager, I think, um, had a priority in this part of the business. I don't know.
It's good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. As I mentioned before, I didn't have the time to go through the whole case. I've been working on the CBP and other ones as well. Helped me a lot to see what going. So thanks so much for sharing that.
Okay.
Let's go ahead with operation management thing. A bit about that to say. I covered that point. Well, before we start the meeting, I was just working on that. So let me share with you what I got. There are, from case we have that there were three technologies that allowed Cloudflare to offer innovative service. And the first was that bandwidth costs in sharply for over the years. Second one is the shift from spinning disks drives to flash memories. The shift of that is that they had a new entrant opportunity able to build an entire network around high capacity servers. So it helped them a lot, these three trends, to go through it. And some of the key important characteristics or features about this is that Cloudflare outsourced the physical installation operations and maintenance of its servers to data centers operations around the world. Cloudflare employees did not work inside the data centers. The data center operators with detailed instructions on physical installation requirements. Also, Cloudflare in bulk on wholesale markets, so which allowed them a lot to give very low prices. Cloudflare, large network providers, that is allow them to send data free of charge over Cloudflare's network. So its engineering team was constantly developing and refining algorithms that and deliver speed. Some other things that I got from them was Cloudflare management pushed its engineering team for innovative software solutions to network capacity crisis. So they were always thinking ahead on what's going to happen in the future and how are they going to be prepared. And also from Prince, which he says that we constantly steer capacity limits, then we'll always be learning, enter a new type of attack, ask if we can handle it by creating a new proprietary software response, an automated response to scramble to manually reconfigure capacity, see the type of attack. Just trying to be prepared for crisis here into offering their service, working, etc. So I would say that the key elements, and they should keep on doing that because that is what is giving them success. And as you mentioned before, working on that, very organized and trying to respond and give that service. So that's what I got from this one.
Okay, thank you. The last part is what does mean CFF? cash flow financial.
CFF. For CFF, we have the yeah, it was the one sec. I have it written here, and where is it? Yeah, but this it has to do with financial finance. One second. Where is it?
Well, I was checking. I don't know much about this, but I was checking the monthly page view graphic, um, where there are many incomes, many revenues between October 10 to June 12, where the monthly page was increasing a lot of similar to unique monthly IP million. The company was gaining a lot of money in this part. Um, they use an interesting uh, model to do the business. For example, was free, improved performance, and security protection. This was free, and if they want a pro, this costs only $20 per month for the first site, and $5 per month for additional site, and no bandwidth charge. So they have many dozen of customers because the prices were available. Um, um, Generally, according to the report, visitors start updated every 15 minutes. So this describes the quantity of cash flow this company managed, and it was important because the principal business was $200 per month per site, but no bandwidth charges. So they 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 could or they can do a lot of money. Uh, the business right now is internet. In internet, you will earn much money because you don't need a great facility. Also, you don't need to have a dozen or hundreds of employees. Only you need a technical support team, computers, office, that not much operation expenses. So for this reason, I think they have a lot of cash flow increasing because internet and telecommunication business are, in my opinion, the best business where you can do much money, much money.
You're right. I see it. You made very strong points about that. That we create, or you create something that has to do now with internet. I mean, with having people subscribing to you, and you can offer these services month by month. It will help you. Will give you a lot. And the thing is, finding something that you can do that people want, and you can have all these people subscribing to your service or asking for your service for every single month. That they got only $20 per month per people, but if they have 50,000 subscribers, $20 like 1 million per month, which you say
Yeah,
is a lot, right?
right.
That goes with go ahead. For number four, well, this is to take a closer look at Cloudflare's cash flow formula, we hire more engineers in direct proportion to how we scale. Will it take to become profitable? It's a really good question that I don't know how to believe. um,
The same for me. Um, Generally, companies use interesting model, interesting human resource department, use difficult formulas to calculate the proportion of engineer that in my short experience about this, companies are investing more in improvement process and
okay.
to hire less employees and use more technology, more software, and better systems um, to do the work. For example, they prefer using software um, and hire two or three more employees and execute. How do you say execute in English?
Well, depending on what you say, you want them, you push them,
Okay, yes,
oh,
to push
push them.
uh, the current employees to continue the working, the operation of the business. The business is increasing, but companies don't have hiring the enough quantity of new employees because they are asking the current employees do do the job, do the same job. Maybe they prefer to increase their salaries instead to hire more employees. At least this happened in Ecuador. Companies are not hiring a lot of.
I see. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, the five question is why does Cloudflare management want to get big fast? What benefits does Cloudflare receive from scale?
From economies of scale, when you go through, the example says marginal cost decreases with increasing customers. So yeah, of course, they are trying to look all the time to look for bandwidth, to try to get things in bulks and trying to reduce costs as much as they can. So of course, they will get a lot of benefits because they offer now, and they get some revenue for the same service, amount of costs, but with a higher profit, with less cost. Is it's going to cost them less to produce more, and of course, it's going to get more profit, which is going to be very valuable to them. It's going to benefit benefit them a lot. Between some of the questions that we have in five, it says, does Cloudflare have economies of scale? Does Cloudflare have network effects? Yes, of course, because you know for customers all over the world with all of those websites and stuff. And of course, they have a very good network right now, and they are still, growing that. When you offer a really good service, network is the one that gives you more customers, satisfied people that are using your reaching
Yes,
costs. Uh,
yes.
and yeah, go ahead, please.
This question are economic because the second part is like the value of service increase for each customer when there are more customers using it. Is the demand low, offer and demand low because when demand increase, so the price increase because the product or service are offering uh, is is scarce. So when demand increase, price increase. When demand decrease, price decrease because they need to sell their service, the product. It's the law, economic law.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Number six says discuss each of the recent resignations from for each one. List the reasons why they left. Then ask what would have they changed for that person to have stayed. Resignations. It's the questions are: is it worth it to make those changes to keep the people who left? The other employees work there. If your changes are implemented, and why people work at Cloudflare? What motivates them? Okay, from the we have five resignations from the employees according to the case, and one is from Dell, Keithlin or something. Work with technical operations team, but she had some, she has been trying to hire someone, but set a very high bar. He wanted an absolute superstar. They are really hard to find, especially for a job that requires these hours. So the position was open for months, and all the time it was just the two of us. There was these people, David Conrad also, just before his 1 year anniversary. Keith Eversley has been the co-founder and stuff. We have also, what was the name of the other one? Sakor. He was looking for, he said that opportunities, and
Yeah.
there were two others. Let me get from the case. It said these have resigned over the past 2 months. One has been deeply involved in developing all company key systems. It says from the case that this employee is a Brian Jack, a Voltrace engineer, so work just keep building up to him. Passionate about a lot of that work. It took a while for us to clear his backlog. Like he said, I'm burnt out, I'm going to quit. So something that happens with these guys is that according to the case is that they were not giving all supposed to give. I mean, as it says here, passionate about a lot of that work. The it says when work there is because they like the things that we're doing, but it seems like they were not everything to. But it was worth it or not. I would say that there's some people who, of course, are going to show a lot of passion for what they do. Maybe not. Uh, it's something that people, I mean, companies can deal with and to help someone to see his real potential and try to do something in order to make them accomplish that thing. They just don't do anything about it.
Yes. Okay. Um, well, I am in my mother-in-law house, and
Okay.
I need to go out, but I would like to answer the last question. The,
Sounds good. No problem.
is your decision should Cloudflare choose?
Okay.
Implement more process structure, hire a VP or a HR and start using titles? Yes or no? Slow down growth? Yes or no? Discuss what will happen to the company under your recommendation. What will happen to the culture and motivation of the employee? What will happen to the cost structure and therefore profitability of the company? In my opinion, is the first one because the slow down the growth is not a good idea. Many companies generally decrease and bankruptcy because this decision. And all the objective of a business is to grow, to expand. They need to implement process and structure, hire new employees, managers, and to take the right path to the success. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that you're right. It's something that they have to deal with and to go on with it. It's just something I would say. I'm still, as I mentioned before, some really good or strong points that we came up meeting, but still I have to go through other points as well. Very firm, response. So far, I do agree with we mentioned before. I also good feedback that which helped me a lot on what I'm doing. More hours to finish because I've not finished everything right now. So I can say so far.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Really were able to meet, sometimes with car because things to do. But yeah, it's always good to talk, to learn from you, and you.
No,
And I wish you a good weekend. A good Sabbath.
the same for you. Stay a great night too.
Thanks so much. So I'll see you next week.
See you next week, the Wednesday, on Wednesday.
Okay, I'll see you, man. Have a good one.
Okay, see you. Goodbye.